Yes, welcome to the African Liberation Session, the place where we always liberate your mind from the lies and the distortions, place where we bring forth the message all the time, every time. As one can see what we have on the title for tonight podcast, very important. And there is a lot of meaning to this. And so I want everyone to pay full attention to this important message because it's a very, very important message that we are going to forward, in this space and time. Because there's a lot that is going on that we need to uncover. Melissa, one love, my sister. Always wonderful to have you on board, as always, a true sister, a true warrior. Give thanks, my sister. Yeah, but the black man has been suffering in silence. See it. And why has he been suffering in silence? King is to give thanks, man. Always great to have you guys on board. Seeing, but these are some things that we have to talk about. You see, this is something that has come into my download, has come into my meditation, that I must talk about this issue because it's a very, very serious issue that no one is addressing. And so tonight I am going to address this issue of why the black man has been suffering in silence, and he has been suffering in silence for a very, very long time. Now the reality is this, and I want everyone to please don't get emotional, because we need to put emotions aside, because this is how we're going to solve our problem. Yes, Gary, give thanks. This is how we're going to solve our problem, family. I want to make some things clear before I even start. The reality is the system has put us into a place, right? A very serious place the system has put us in. Yes, man, greetings, each and everyone for forwarding. And in the state of emotionalism that we find ourselves in as a people, it is what is causing the problem among us, because instead of we listen and digest, just like when you eat your food, you love your food to digest, that you can really get the full sense of what you just eat, right? If you don't digest properly, then you're gonna have indigestion and all kind of issue going to come from that. So what I'm saying is, let this food that we're about to partake of digest. No one should just, get up and react. We are too reactionary of a people, because that's what they want from us. As soon as they say something or someone says something, we react instead of thinking. We have to become like Muhammad Ali. The thing I love about Muhammad Ali, and I want you guys to check this out for me, please, because it's very important. One thing about Muhammad Ali, no one could get him upset. You ever notice that about this brother? This great ancestor, no one could get him upset. The other boxers that he fight with, they couldn't get him upset. Those people that interview him, that tried to get him or back him in a corner, they couldn't get him upset. The beauty about this brother, he's always laughing. He's always joking, but he's telling the truth in a joking manner. In the sense, when this brother starts to speak, he's speaking direct and he's very to the point. But he make one, when he come at you, because now he turn it around on you. Now you are the one that is upset. So therefore, guess what? You can't see, you can't think straight when you are in that state of mind. And that's why he knock out his opponent so fast, because all they get so mad, they want to just one punch and knock him out. But it's never going to happen, because you see everything before it come. That is a person that stay cool, calm, and collective. Seeing? So this is where we're gonna go in on. But the melanated man, okay? I don't even, you guys know the word black and all of that kind of stuff. We're using it because everyone is used to that. And that's why I'm using it. But we know that we are melanated, or we are carbonated beings, right? Has been suffering for silence for a long time. And sisters, I want you to pay attention to what I'm going to say, especially, and brothers too. Because, brothers, I'm saying this because it's time for us to heal and reclaim ourself, reclaim our true self as to who we need to be and who we truly are. Because what you're seeing from brothers today, sisters, is not the true African man. And so, in order for the true African man to take his rightful place, he have to heal from all of the traumas that he has suffered. The African man has been suffering in silence throughout slavery. He fought, he shed blood. His own blood has been shed time and time again. He is fighting to keep his family together from the very get-go of all of this, all of the traumatic experience that has come upon him. He has been fighting. He has been doing everything to keep him and his family together. The system comes in, and the first thing that they do, they break the African woman. The melanated woman, are what we call the African woman, and they call the black woman. She is the powerhouse. Just like when you see a lion and the lioness, they are always there. They are the powerhouse behind that lion. The lion, he knows his place. Look and see how the lion, how they use their power to surround a prey. And when they do so, guess what? They make him come and eat. They provide. They make sure their household is taken care of. That is their role. Now, a system has come in place and has broken this lion. Has really break this lion down to almost nothing. And so all these years, he is suffering in silence. The thing is, sometimes we talk about sisters, we talk about the rapes and all of these things that our sisters have gone through. But I'm going to say this. There's a lot of brothers that have gone through these processes. Brothers have been raped. Young brothers have been raped. You see, look, I come from a country where they used to have butt breaking in Jamaica. That is where they used to get the biggest, strongest slave from out of the community when there was a rebellion that was taking place. And what they would do with this big, strong man, they would take him and they would tie him up and they would rape him in front of the village. Now let that sink in. Do you know what that has done to that man? Do you know what that has done to the minds of all the other men that are around him? All those younger men that is coming up into that community, and watch the strongest man of the community going through this. Just imagine, and as I said, let it sink in. The reality of this whole thing is that this melanated man has suffered in silence. He doesn't speak about it. Just like when a lot of young brothers that has been raped, because it happens. They don't speak about it because it's a shame, it's a disgrace. And I am not belittling, I will never belittle our sisters that have gone through this. I know this, for all of us, it's a traumatic experience, but I'm just dealing with the brothers on this particular subject because this is what has come to my meditation. And growing up in Jamaica, in the school system, in the home, in the religious system, any young man that grew up in that environment, they can tell you, most of them can tell you, that your parents never make it easy for you. Because if something happened to you as a young man growing up in those environment and in those days, if you cry, you get a beating because man don't supposed to cry. You're not being a man, you're being a sissy. These are the terms that they use to keep you in silence. These are the realities that we must deal with. This man has been suffering at the hands of even his own, because the moment if he start to show any kind of feelings or emotion, they immediately shut that down, whether at home or in school or in a religious setting. Because a man don't supposed to cry. Now, imagine going throughout your entire life and have everything that happened to you, keeping it up, pent up inside of yourself. Because a man don't supposed to cry, he doesn't supposed to show any feminine side about himself. A man don't supposed to show no kind of emotion. He's supposed to be tough. He's supposed to be hard. Because that's what a man do. Suffer in silence. And the suffering in silence is destroying this man from the inside. He's suffering on the inside. All is more than 400 years he has been suffering in silence. And if you think about it, wherever we go is the same thing. And the women that we most of the time get into our life as our mother was our probation officer. A lot of time when we get a woman in our life, she becomes a probation officer. And I'm telling you the reason why I'm saying these things. And that's why I said, I want everyone to think and I want everyone to reason and don't get in fear. Just see what I'm saying. The reality is, these men that you see today, they are broken. That's why they operate the way they do. We were broken. And it's a system that set all of this in place to happen. So when, because his mother have to keep a tight leash on him, so to speak. He come of age, a lot of times, a lot of us rebel against that because we don't want to be in that restriction, in that chokehold, having a parole officer over us all the time. A lot of men growing up in places like Jamaica, a lot of men did not do well in school. African men we're not school people. We're not that. Give an African man a trade. Just teach him any kind of trade and see how well he does. Because he liked to use his brain. But a system has come in place and I shut that down. I shut his capacity to think and develop himself and to become the genius that he is. They make sure that doesn't happen. Because if they allow that to happen, their system could not survive. But these men, just as they get beaten at home, the same way they get beaten in the school system, that they were afraid to learn. A lot of them were afraid because some of them just put their hands up and say, listen, I want nothing to do with school. You can beat me till tomorrow, beat me till the next day, because the fact is they know if they get something wrong according to the teacher, according to whatever school guidelines is there, they know what is coming. They know what is coming. So what I'm saying is in Jamaica, there's a lot of brothers that the system called uneducated, neither able to read nor write. because the system intentionally break them. And it's been happening for generation after generation. And if you look everywhere you go, you will see as melanated man, our black man, we have the same fate in every system that we come under. We don't get to thrive in that we don't get the position. Even when we go out there and we work on job, they give us the lower end of the stick all the time. They will quicker to promote the black woman over the black man. And that is a part of a psychological game to keep him feeling less than he is. It's a system that is set in place to destroy the African man, the melanated man, the carbonated man. It's a system that was set in place to do just that. And the problem is, this is it, what I'm saying is, so that man, he left school, he go outside, he's working, now he have a woman in his life, and he's looking for to be rescued. He's looking for comfort. He's looking for someone to just, that he can just ease his load for a moment. But the reality is he never getting to ease his load. Because once the, what they call like the honeymoon or the sweetheart stage is over, where all the sex and the romance or whatever they call it is over, then now he must work, he must pay the bills. That's what men do. Is what I'm saying. So again, he's in a state where he don't supposed to show emotion. He go to work, he come home, he can't put down his shoes just anywhere. He can't just sit anywhere because his clothes is dirty. This is always an issue. He can't leave the toilet seat up without getting a punishment and a lot of words for it. So he's in a constant battle everywhere he turns. He's in it at home. He's in it on the road, because if he go out in the road and he meet the police is there waiting to destroy him, as the system set it in place already. He comes home, and the way his home should be the place where he can be at ease, he can be at wholeness with himself. He is on a battleground. He never get any rest, because a man don't supposed to cry. A man don't supposed to show emotion. A man don't supposed to have feelings. And so sometimes they just start to lash out. They end up beating their woman, their children, all kind of things. And you're thinking, where is this coming from? We have to find the root of the problem in order to deal with the problem. Yes, greetings, each and everyone coming into the house. Greetings, Andy, Lion Roll. Yeah, man. True Love Production, him Otaperu in the house. Give thanks in a seat. And everyone else that is in the house, I give thanks for your presence. So everywhere this man go, 24/7 is under attack, because the black man is always at war. He's at war. He's never in a place where he's not at war. He doesn't get any rest from the war that he has been fighting. Ever since the enslavement, he has never stopped fighting. And the system set it in motion to keep him in this place that he suffers. He's trying to work to make sure that his children and his woman is being provided for, that he's looking after his household. He's doing everything. And most of you guys here, if you are honest, you can attest that some of us don't grow up with no father. Okay? Some of us don't grow up with no father in our life that was there, that we could see. I didn't grow up with one. What I'm saying is, a lot of us didn't grow up with a father figure around us 24/7, in the sense that they're always there at home. Even if they go out to work in the daytime and come, some of us didn't have that. Those of you who have that, give thanks. If they've done good by you. But I'm saying this, that a father, as this man is out there hustling and trying to make sure that he have bread on the table. But the bread on the table and taking care of everything else, a lot of time is not good enough. You see, because he's get flagging every corner that he turns. And that is the truth. That is the reality. We can deny these things, but if we sit down and truly think that this man is always running because he's always up against all kind of odds that is coming against him. He's always fighting. He's always in a warlike mood because there is no rest for him. And when this man, he finds a woman that truly cares, someone who wants to be there for him, it is hard for him to accept that. It is hard for him to settle down and see that this sister have his best interest at heart, because everyone is trying to make him over. Everyone is trying to make him into something instead of accepting him for who he is. If he marries someone, and this is what I'm saying, think about this and see, this is another thing that the Western world has done to our women to keep us in this place that they think that we belong as men. A brother and a sister is getting married. The wedding only focus on the sister. Be honest. All that man do, he have to show up for that wedding. Make sure that he show up. Make sure that he pay for all the things that need to be paid for. Don't care where he get the money from. Make sure that it is covered. Make sure everything is just done. The woman can show up late, but he can't show up late. You get the drift? He doesn't get any room to whittle. I'm just saying, even in his home, he doesn't have any wholeness of mind. And as I say, when he does find, when a sister who truly cares come along, it is very hard for him to settle down and come to himself and allow himself to become vulnerable to that sister, because he don't know when or if she's going to flip the other way around. And some come and behave as if they're genuine, but as soon as he says, I do, then the parole game has begun. The parole officer takes her seat and the dictation starts. And if you don't follow these dictation that they are coming with, the reality is he is in a whole lot of trouble. And a lot of times this man, he's in his house, so the rules are set. You don't do this. You call it sex, or you call it making love, whichever one you want to call it. I call it intimacy. There's none of that for him. So guess what he chooses to do sometimes? He chooses to say, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going out the street, and he's going to go find someone who he can do whatever with. And he's the pressure of himself. But he's still going to get blamed, and he already know that. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of time, we don't see the importance of looking into the situation that we face and realize what the problem or the root of the problem is. The root of the problem is, my dear brothers and sisters, our melanated, carbonated brothers has been suffering in silence for the longest time. They haven't healed from any of the traumas that they have suffered because they can't speak about it. They can't even talk to their friends about it. Because even their friends is going to tell them, if they want to cry, their friend is going to say, man, shut up, man, you are a sissy, or some name they're going to call them. Some man, they even tell, oh, you are a big pussy. You need to shut up, man. Man up and stand up. It should never be that way. Yes, Melissa, it is absolutely true. This is what the society has created. This is what the system has created, is keeping our brothers suffering in silence. And I'm saying a lot of times, if the sisters would only stop, if they don't get the false hair, they are not happy. If they don't get the false nail, they are not happy. And they're going to make his life miserable if he's not providing that she can get all of these things. A lot of times, the sisters, they take these brothers, they put them on child support. It is not for the child, it is for themselves. Most of the money that is coming out of that man's check is not going to the children. Because be honest and true. I know when I was growing up, and people talk about time changing all the time, but let me tell you something. It doesn't take a lot to raise a child. It doesn't. I'm not fooled to these things. What they are demanding a lot of time, no, it's for their beautification. It's to go buy the latest car. It is to get the latest cell phone. And to punish that man some more. So how can he feel love? And how can he show love when he never received any? He don't even know how to love himself. Because the father that he come from did not love himself. The father that he came from could not sit him down and show him, say, son, this is how you operate as a man. Because who did he learn to be a man from? You see how deep this thing goes? The only man that the African man know is the man of injustice. The man that caused all his suffering and all his pain. That's the only man that he knows. So what else could he be? And how else could he be aside from what he is? You see? The only man that he know is the man who was hanging him from a tree. The man who was destroying him in every way, shape, or form. The man who was raping his wife and his daughter. What other man did he know? Except these terrible, I don't even know what way to address them. These parasites who call themselves a man. He had to watch his wife being raped. And what could he do? What could he do? He watches his daughter being raped, his son being raped by these people. And he have to deal with all of that trauma. And no one ever said to him, how do you really feel after all of this? Absolutely, Melissa. Always pushing the brothers. Oh, they have to make more money. They have to carry, they have to come with this. They have to come with that. If you're not coming with this, and they never say, most sisters, unfortunately, they never come and say, this is what I'm bringing to the table to make your life a little bit easier, my brother. This is what I'm bringing to the table to ease your suffering. I know you have gone through a lot. Let me help you to cope. Let me be the true shoulder for you to cry on. You can cry when you're in my presence. Don't feel ashamed because I'm here for you. I've known what you've gone through. I see your suffering and I'm here to help you to heal from the trauma. Both of us have been traumatized, but your trauma, no one ever talk about it. No one ever stand up and say the black man has been suffering in silence for more than 400 years and there is no help for him, none at all. What program is there you see set up out there for our brothers? And people will tell me, oh, you have all these basketball players, football. I don't want to hear about them. I don't want to hear about none of them, because the reality is I don't count them into this. But the thing is that if I say to brothers, brothers, I want to put something together to help each and every one of you to heal from the traumas that you are suffering from. They don't, it's like, I can't blame them because they have been so beaten down. They don't want to come together. They don't want to, say, okay, let's build a place. Let's build a place for us where you can come to, where we can talk, where we can help each other to get over what we are suffering. You see, like I tell people, I tell each and every one, I'm not interested in taking your money. If I say anyone that knows me, if I say that I'm going to do something, that's what I'm going to do. You see, and these are the things. These are the things. What I'm saying is that we have to put a stop to this. No one is going to put a stop to it for us. So we must come into the place where we put hands in hands and said, let's do this for us. The system is not going to do it for us, brothers. Bear that in mind. There is nothing that is provided for you to get you out of the place that you find yourself. The only person that is going to have to do that is you. I begin my journey, and I will tell you the truth. I have to go through a lot of healing process myself. I can't sit on here and tell you that I hadn't gone through any traumas. I was unscathed for all of these things. No, I wasn't. But you see, I had there is some sisters that I can tell you that are in my life at this point that has really helped me to feel that wholeness of mind for the first time in my life. Because when you have ones that are dear for the right purpose and that are true and that are genuine, and if you give them the chance, they will help you to get over all of what you are suffering. I know sisters, they are psychologists. I know a lot of powerful sisters that really, these African sisters, they are really true to the core as to who they are and who they should be. And I'm telling you, there have been some serious powerhouse in my life. And that has really helped me to see from deep within myself, within my core, that I have to unearth all of the traumas that I have suffered, that I could move forward in my life. So I'm saying to brothers, you see, in this time and in this dispensation that you're living in, brothers, this is very, very important. Listen to me carefully. It is the age of Aquarius, and I'm not just saying that for saying it, saying this for just saying it. I'm saying it because it's going to mean a great deal that you heal these traumas that you're suffering from. You see the changes that you see taking place. You can feel it. You can feel it when you go outside in the sun. Because if you are not true to the core, if you are not healed from these trauma, what is going to happen? It will rip you apart. So I'm saying to you, brothers, find someone that is spiritually inclined that is on their spiritual journey that you can sit and reason with. A spiritual man will never, he can't judge you because he know that he doesn't have that ability to judge you. The only person that can judge you is you. Now, when that person come along, open up to them. If you have a sister in your life and she's spiritual and she's true and she's genuine, you can feel it, you can know it. And if you're on your spiritual journey, don't be afraid to open up to her. She can help you to get over the traumas that you are suffering from. You can't get with an unhealed person to heal yourself. Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy. I get the point of, all of this stuff that you have suffered and have gone through for all these years. Over 10 years, you have been going through all of that. The reality is that, as I'm saying, we have to come to the place where we can allow ourselves to heal. Because you see, let me say this to you. The fact is this, that anytime you're going through this traumatic experience and suffering from these traumas, you see, the trauma is going to take a hold of you, and the trauma will control your moods, any emotion, feelings, whatever it is going to take a hold of that. What you have to do, you have to put it out there, bring it to surface, because it will not go away if you don't bring it to surface and deal with it. First of all, through your meditation, ask your higher self questions. Ask your higher self to help you to unhurt the trauma that you can deal with it. Ask your ancestors to come in and your spirit guides. Ask them to come in and ask the universe to reveal these things to you, to help you to heal from these traumatic experiences that you have suffered. You see. King Easy. Yeah, that is, yeah, at the moment, I know sometime when we go through these things, you see what I'm saying? It's not easy, brother. It's not easy. But I'm saying is that I am here. You see what I'm saying is, and the reality is that, as I always say, any one of you brothers or sister can always email me, africanliberationstation@gmail.com. And you can always, I will always make sure that I reach out to you. I don't, certain information, I don't give my, if you see, I don't give out my phone numbers and all those things on here, because I can't, the calls would not stop. So my thing is that if you want to reach me, then you email me. You see what I'm saying? Yes, Johnny Johnson, that is absolutely so. You see, what I'm saying is that we have to help each other. I'm saying to you, my people, recognize the time that we're living in, and it's only us that is going to be there for us. Remember this, and these are the things that we try to tell our people. But our people sometimes they fail because they are sympathizing. They are always talking about other people, and they are ready to help other people and protest for other people and all these things. We have to stop that foolishness. You can't help no one until you help yourself. That is first and foremost. So the reality is, what I'm saying is that we as African people, we must come together to help ourselves first. We must fix ourselves, put ourselves in line. You can't tell someone that you love them and you don't love yourself. You can't tell someone that you're going to help them and you're not helping yourself. You see, we are deflecting. That is what we keep doing. That's like when I do some shows on here, if you go and check out, okay, I have a show, okay, that it was talking about, I tell you what it had to do. It had to do with these Palestinian. If you go and look at that show, okay, I think the views was up to 41,000 or something like that, okay? Look at the deflection. Just go look at the comments. Go read the comments in that podcast, and you will see the deflection of our people and see the state of mind that our people has been in. Because my people would never want to deal with themselves. Never want to deal with themselves. Yes, Jaren, I agree with you 100%. I agree with you 100%, my brother. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying to my people. It starts with you. You have to work on you, brothers. You have to heal you. That is what I'm talking about. Don't look outside of yourself. You have to be willing and ready. As you know, what did he say? When the student is ready, the teacher will do what? The teacher will appear. Isn't it so? So if you are ready, there's help here for you. But you have to be ready. You can't go to the universe with your hands like this. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Get me? You have to go with your hands like this. Open. Like when you open a book. That's the only time you're going to receive. These are the things that I'm trying to help my brothers to see. Brothers, you have to get into yourself. Recognize that you must bring forth up the emotions, the feeling, because you have to deal with them that you can move forward. The thing is, brothers, I'm going to be honest with you. We don't feel anything, most of us. We don't know how to feel anything because guess what? That has been shut down in ourselves all our life. It was being shut down. Even when you were asking questions, when you see things wasn't right, you were shut down by your parents, by the religion, by the schools, by everything and everyone around you. These are the things that I'm saying to us. We have to wake up and get out of the emotionalism that they have put us in, because you see, we always reacting. If you look at brothers and you say certain things to brothers, they react. They can't wait to push the next word out to you. Instead of they think and reason about what you're saying, it's like they're ready to fight. Why do you think we kill each other? Because we hate ourselves so much because of what has happened to us. And we're not going to want to, the only way you can fix the problem, you have to go to the root of the problem in order for you to fix the problem to move forward. But the thing is that we're not going to the root of the problem, so we can't move forward. This is why your sons, and they come up and they get guns and they shoot down each other in the street. And the system is very happy about that because they don't have to do it. You see, they don't have to do it because you're doing it for them. Do you think that if you were healed from the traumas that you have suffered, brother, do you think your sons would be doing what they're doing in the street? Do you think so much of our brothers would be in prison and in jail? We're not fighting for each other. We're fighting against one another, and we're fighting against ourselves, more important as all. You see, we're not looking at who is doing the terrible deed to us as black man, African man, melanated, carbonated man. You choose the name what you want to call yourself. We're not going deep within ourselves enough because we're not standing up for anything. I'm not into, it's like when I tell my brothers and sisters, protests, I'm not into. Don't ever call me about any protests. Don't ever email me. Don't ever call my phone and tell me, oh, we're having a protest. I wanted it. No, I will tell you to where to go stick protest because protest has never done anything for you. You see, these people, they only understand is destruction. And if they come to destroy you, the only thing that they will know, you have to go towards them to do the same. And if you don't send the message, then they will not stop coming at you. People can talk about they hanging young black man, they doing this with young black men and whatever it is. But the rest of us, and like I see a lot of brothers, they're toting guns and they're doing this and that and the other, but there is no action. And every action requires, you see what I'm saying? Every action requires a reaction, but we don't react. The only thing we do is walk. We march, we protest, and that's it. And we go back home and everything until the next one happened, then we do the same thing. Is what I'm saying. So nothing changed. It's just like the people going to church. If you don't liberate yourself, when are you going to be liberated? The people going to church, and they're going to church after church after church for years and years and decades and centuries upon centuries. They've been going to church, but nothing has happened for them. No Jesus ever come to their rescue. No circumstance that they find themselves. Nothing never happened. They pray until their knees. I saw this man in Jamaica talking about he's a pastor. He's baptizing this woman. And guess what? The water came and swept him and the woman, almost both of them, away. You get my drift? And the reality is, what I'm saying to you, where was Jesus to save him if he was doing a great work? Where was Jesus to save him when the water was washing him away to drown him? You get the drift? You see? So we have to find ourselves, go deep within ourselves and find ourselves and fix us. Fix you. Stop depending on any Jesus or anyone else to fix you, because it's never going to happen, brothers. You are a broken man. You're still living as a 12-year-old when you are 50 or 60 or 70 something years old, or 40 or 30, whatever age you want to put yourself. You're still living like a 12-year-old. That is what happened to you. Yes, my brother, these are the things. What I'm saying is you. It's rests on you, brothers. Don't you get it that by now, just like these people waiting on Jesus, and you may be waiting on Jesus to fix you? No, fix yourself. That's the only way it will work. I have been working on myself. I have been working on me. And that's the only way, brothers. As I say, and I'm telling you, brothers, today, let's come together and let's help each other to heal from the traumas that this system has created upon us. It is using our women against us. It is using our children against us. It is using each other against us. When are we going to make it stop? This is what I'm saying. When? They're not going to stop it for you because they stand to benefit. Do you know that 80%, let me give you, brother, some statistic. Do you know that 80% of those that are in prison in America is melanated, carbonated man? You see? Do you realize that? Why? Because the system makes sure that the melanated man is not there for the melanated woman. The system makes sure, brothers, that you are not there for your sons, that you are not there for your daughter. Because when I bring the sisters into this part of it, your son and your daughters, they need you, brothers. You need to teach your son what is acceptable and what is not acceptable. This is the way you treat a sister. This is the way you treat your daughter. And this is what your daughter is going to look for in a man when she go out there. This is what your son want to look for in a woman when she go out there. So your children need you. So sisters, when you put in these brothers in prison, you need to think. And then you have all these sisters running around. Oh, I can't find a husband. I can't find a husband. You see what you allow the system to do to you? You create your own karma. You didn't remember that you are at war, and who you run into the people who you should be fighting against for relief. You see the problem? You see the issue? You are going to the other side to lock your soldier up that you should be standing behind. You see what I'm saying? So I'm saying to us, we all have work to do to help each other. It's time for you to stop focusing on this system that is bent on destroying us as a people. Forget about their religion. They give it to you. You can claim you are Hebrew Israelites, you are Christian, you are Muslim, all of them contribute to the problem that you are facing. Every last one of them. Every last one of them has contributed to the problem that you are facing today. All of them are European religions. Whether you say it's Muslim, these Arabs, they are European. So-called Christian is a European thing. Those so-called Hebrew Israelites that are running around talking about the Hebrew Israelites, go look at who started your religion for you, okay? This Abrahamic religion that you're chasing after that have nothing to do with you. Because this Bible that they give you is a metaphorical book. It's not a you see, if you just learn to know for yourself, brothers, wake up. Stop depending on a system that is totally bent on destroying you. For the answer. You're never going to get that answer. Just like all those people that is waiting on some so-called Jesus to come and rescue them, it is never going to happen. Never. You are the Christ consciousness. Realize that. You are the one that is suffering. You are the ones that is bearing the so-called cross. The cross is, you are bearing it. Don't you get it? Don't you realize who you are? Don't you realize that everyone is basically, the people say that, and sometimes I heard sisters say, oh, they're not afraid of the black man. They are afraid of you. They're afraid of you because their biggest fear is one day that you're going to wake up and realize that you are the God that they put outside of you, for you to look outside of your own self for someone else to come and rescue you when you are the God. You are it and don't know. You are that energy that they speak of. You are everything within yourself, because everything, you see, when we hear people talk sometimes, some of these people, they talk, but they talk a lot of nonsense, okay? You are God and you are devil. You can be either one. It's called duality and polarity. It's simple as that. Just as you have a right side, you have a left side. You see how it works? Just look at yourself. Why you have two of this, two of that, two of the other. You get it? You see, we as a people, We are here, melanated beings. Know that you are a spirit having a human experience on this plane, and let no one tell you otherwise. You have a soul. You have a soul. You are a soul. Soul, spirit that comes into the physical realm. Wake up and start to regain knowledge of who you truly are. It is within you. It hasn't gone anywhere. It is just lying inside of you dormant. You can raise a lion cub with dogs, but eventually that lion cub is going to realize that he's not a dog. You get the drift. And when that lion cub realizes that I'm not a dog, I'm a lion, you know what's going to happen? So what I'm saying to you, brothers, this is what the system is afraid of. That the lion is going to realize that he's not a dog. I hear some brothers always barking like they're dogs. That's how low they have us go. That was a thing a few years ago. But when the lion realized that he's not a dog, you will see what I'm talking about. I tell the brothers a long time ago, and I've been saying this to the brothers. Every time a police shooting, the first thing they say when they go to court, I was afraid for my life. Think about it. Because they know the moment that the God rise up within you, melanated, carbonated man, they know what is going to happen. That is the reality. Whether you want to accept it or you want to reject it, it's totally up to you, but I'm telling you the facts. They know who you are. That is why they're always studying you. That's why when I tell, you see, when you tell brothers and sisters these things, that's why I said, go do some research for yourself. Why you don't think that, you see they having Chinese study, you see they having European study, Arab study, Caucasite study, and all of these other study? No. Who they're studying on this planet? The African. Everyone is studying the African on this planet. Yeah? Everyone wants your heart. They want your liver. They want your kidney. They want your blood. They want your melanin. Who want Japanese melanin or Chinese melanin or European melanin? They have none? Who want them? You see they're studying Indians? You see they're studying all these other people? You see they're going after their melanin and their heart and their kidney and their liver and all these different things? Do you see they're going after them like that? You don't really get it? The thing is that sometimes we're not reasoning. We're not thinking. You see, I am saying to us, we are it, and yet we are looking outside of ourselves for something that doesn't exist. We must stop fooling ourselves. We must stop fooling ourselves. Brothers, I am saying again and again, let's come together. Let's unite together as one. United we stand, divided we fall. Remember that. And that's why we are falling so much all over the place, because we are too divided. We, brothers, are too divided. And until we come together and bind and hold as one, then we are going to keep falling. But I'm telling you, this is the time for truth. This is the time for unity. This is the time for yielding yourself. This is the time for you to claim yourself. Claim your rites of passage, which is you. It is not money that is your rites of passage. It is none of these things that you're thinking is your rite of passage. Your rite of passage is you. And until you find you, then you are not going anywhere. You're going to keep repeating the cycle until you come to you. That is where the problem lies. You are not seeing that you is the answer. You are the one. Everything is pointing you to yourself. But because of so much trauma that you are suffering from, brothers, you can't see it. And everyone around you is attributing to the traumas that you are suffering. So if there are those that are around you and that they are attributing to the trauma that you're suffering, get rid of them. Move away from them. Anyone that is not helping you to get over the traumas that you are suffering all your life, you must get rid of those people. King Tyre, I tell you this thing. I don't deal with the wisdom part. I deal with being wise, because you can't be wise and dumb at the same time. Don't follow that narrative, my brother. We are wise men and wise women. There's no such thing as wisdom. Is what I'm saying is we must come out of that religious spectrum that they have given to us about wisdom and freedom and all of these dumb. We have to let that go. We have to be, is either you're wise or you're foolish. There's no in between. As I said, duality and polarity. That is how it works. You see what I'm saying? These are the things. And this is the truth. And I'm saying is that I full encourage you guys to go and look up etymology and these words. And the thing is that you can't, we used to live in the Piscean age. Now we in the age of Aquarius, the age of truth, the age of liberation, the true liberation. You see what I'm saying is, so now we have to start to change our vocabulary accordingly. And we have to stop using these word spell, because the word spell was for the age of belief. So now that we come out of the age of belief, then we have to come into the age of the known. So now we know. And as I said, our ancestors, they didn't leave behind, say you must believe in yourself. They say you must know yourself. So we have to know ourselves. We have to understand. We have to overstand ourselves. You see, we are not underneath anything. We supposed to be over it, overstanding, understanding. That means we can walk into it, we can go into it, and we can dissect it. We're not dealing with, these things from their dictionary, because they might not have the word overstanding and understanding in their dictionary, because they don't want you to know these things. You see, this is how they work. They want you to work against yourself. They put the thing in motion, because everything is energy in motion. You have to know how to deal and deal with energy. You have to know how to manipulate energy in your favor. They manipulate energy. The way they use energy, you have to see how Europeans use energy, because energy won't work for them unless you do the work for the European. That's how they control energy, is by making it work through you for them. Do you get it now? That's why they have to create this language of spell that they can reverse everything on you. So now, guess what is happening? Everything that you are saying is working to their benefit and in their favor. That is how it works. They have to turn everything around on you in order for their survival, in order that they can still be here. So you do the work for them to keep them here, and you don't know that, because you're under a spell and you don't realize that you're under a spell. You see how they work? When you dig deep down into the system, you see, and when you are open up to the truth, then you will come to a realization that is mind-blowing. That is how they've been surviving. They use you by setting up a language of spell. Remember what I'm telling you today. They set up a language of a spell. And the spell, when you use these words, it works for them and not for you. This is the reality. Word, sound, and power. You ever hear they talk about that? It's true. Word is very powerful. Don't let no one fool you. When I was growing up in Jamaica, they used to say, oh, sticks and stone can break my bone, but words cannot harm me. Lie. It's a lie. It's not a truth. Words can harm you. Words can destroy you very quickly. People can say one word against you and it causes your existence to gone off this plane. So don't tell me about words are not powerful. So how we use words, and these people, they know. That is why the people who create the English language, let me give you some 411 on that. These are not English people. These are Germans, okay? Germans. This so-called Queen of England, they are all Germans. Get the facts. They get together and they create a language that they can use to control the minds, especially of African people, because they know where the power lies. It lies in among us. Why do you think they take all these things off the continent, have it in their museum, in their houses, in their palaces, and in everywhere? Why do you think that? That's why when people say, oh, I'm not African, that's fine if you don't want to be. But look in every museum in America, in the UK, in France, in Germany, in all of these countries, Netherlands, you go there, you will see your stuff in their museum. You go to Vatican City, and guess what? They have 8 miles of African history underneath Vatican City. Why do they have 8 miles of African history and artifacts underneath the Vatican? You get the drift now? We're dealing with reality. I don't deal with all this foolishness. You see what I'm saying is, I'm here to liberate your mind from all of these lies and distortion. That is why I'm here. You see? So we must be in the place to receive. But if you want to receive from the universe, like I said, don't go with closed fists. You must go with open hands. Open. This like this. That's how you receive when someone is giving something to you. So if your mind is closed, you're not going to receive anything. As if your hands are closed, you're not going to receive anything. You see what I'm saying? So these are the things, these are the facts that we're talking about. These people have all your history. They have all your instrument of power. They have the things that our ancestors used to work through. That's why I said our ancestors, they were not believers. African people need to stop that foolishness about believe. Brothers especially. Stop about belief. You don't need to believe anything. You need to know. You are seekers, knowers, and doers. That's who you are. So don't tell your children about I believe this and I believe that. That is a foolishness. That is a European concept. It's not an African concept. That's why I said we double-tongue talk. Because if we didn't double-tongue talk, we would be clearing up our language, so to speak, clearing up this English language, and we could use it in a way to flip the script on them. You see what I'm saying? The thing is, as I said, know thyself. Not believe in thyself. Know thyself. Know who you are. And then the rest of everything else will follow. But if you don't know who you are, you will always be lost. You can't believe. You can't believe you are a spirit. You have to know that you are a spirit having this experience. You see what I'm saying? It's just the facts. I don't believe I'm spiritual. I know I'm spiritual. That is the difference. I don't believe in anything. I know what I know. I know that I am the I am is experience in itself within I and through I. You see, they make you fear to say these things because when you say these things, guess what? They don't like the truth. Because when you start to ring the truth, it starts to ring louder and louder. And the funny thing is they have to run faster and faster and hide. They have to look for places to hide when you start to come with the truth. So me, I'm coming with the raw truth and nothing but the truth, because I'm not afraid of anything nor anyone. I'm just going to give it to you straight across the board, because that's who I am. And anyone that knows me, you see, they know that I'm a man, that what I say is what I mean. And I don't need to hide. I don't need to go around corner and come around bend. I am who I am. And I am the I am. Don't be afraid to claim that, because Christianity make you put you in fear that you don't claim to be who you truly are. That is what they do, because if you don't claim it, you can't be it. Stop looking outside yourself, brothers, and wake up. Wake up and live. You see, running and running away, but you can't run away from yourself. So find yourself and stay in yourself, in your power, the power of knowing who you are. Because if you don't know you, you can't love you. And the fact is that if you don't love you, you can't love anyone else. And if you don't accept you, you can't accept anyone else. These are the reality. So stand in your power. That is the word. You see, like I tell people, I don't lie. Because you see, a man or a woman that lies, they always have to find another lie. And the first person they lie to is themselves. They have to convince themselves of the lie before they go and tell it to you or anyone else. When a man speak the truth or a woman speak the truth, she don't have to go and convince herself of it. No, she just drop it, and or he just drop it and leave it right where it's at. We don't need to remember. We just need to keep on moving. That is the difference. So I'm saying, brothers, wake up. Wake up, brothers. Look into yourself. Heal yourself from all of the trauma that you have suffered, and stop fooling yourself. Please, sisters, if you are genuine and you're true, help the brothers. Help them to heal, because it stands to your benefit. It is in love. It is in wholeness. It is in power. It is in strength. It is in everything that is great that I come forward to each and every one of you. And I say, I grant you all of these things, more of everything that is great and powerful to you. Look after yourself. More love, more life, more power, more strength. All the time, every time. Thank you, each and every one of you, for joining the African Liberation Station, the place where we liberate your mind from all the lies and the distortion and the corruption. It is very important that we keep sharing these things with those who are like-minded. And as I say, it is not about to share things with those who really, you can't throw pearl in front of swine. They have no use for it. Is what I'm saying. So these are pearls. Take care of them. Meditate upon them. These are the finest gold that you have received. Look after it and share it with those who will do the same. Be like-minded. Be great. Be powerful. All the time, every time. Yes, Molessa, give thanks. Imote Peru. Yeah, man, I give thanks for all of you guys who forward in tonight and who always show support to this channel, by being there in presence when I put a live on. Yeah, man, you guys are always wonderful, man. Sean, yes, give thanks to each and every one, man. All of you guys, that come on and the life in this iration, I truly appreciate of it. And, I always look forward to reasoning, top, yeah, man, give thanks, give thanks to each and every one. More life, more liberty, as I said, more power. Sean, yes, give thanks, guys, look after yourself and always look after each other. True Love Production, more love, more life. See it, an abundance to all of you. Yeah, man. Yeah, so, we will catch each other again at some point, see it. But for the time being, see it. Yeah, man, I know it goes sometime. I'm not always on and here, but when I have a message to share, I come forward to bring forward the message, see it. As I said, this download has been on me for some time. And I realize that our brothers are not receiving our brothers are not getting the help that they need. And as I said, brothers, you can always reach out to me, African Liberation Station at gmail.com. You can send your number, you can link up with I, we can reason, we can see how we can help each other and how we can make things better for the brothers. You see what I'm saying? So yes, I am here, and we must find the strength within each other, and we must help to roar, bring the roar out of each other again, that we can always be the powerful ones that we are, and the gods that we are will come forward and shine through. Seeing, so I am saying it is great and wonderful and powerful to be here. So greatness. And sisters, give thanks. Those that are supporting, because we can't do it without you, sisters. You see, so we need the great sisters, the sisters them that coming to themselves and is realizing the important. See it, goddess, yeah man, awakened goddess. See it. Please support the brothers. Please give them the love that they need to thrive in this iration and in this Gideon. Seeing, because they need to be healed, that they can be the warriors that they truly are, to fight this Gideon, because the Gideon is on. Seeing, yeah man, take care of yourself, each and every one, and I look forward to seeing you and reasoning with you again at another time. Seeing, Irie.